Today is my 100th video. It's also day 28 of the 30-day holiday video challenge, so we're having some fun making more hot chocolate bombs. Hi there foodie friends, my name is Carly and welcome to my channel Adventures in Yum. Before we get into today's video, I have a passion for learning about creating and trying new foods, drinks, and especially desserts. If you want to join me on my yummy adventures, and especially during this challenge, then please make sure to hit subscribe and turn on notifications so that you'll know when I upload new videos every week. Now, let's dive into today's video. Our first hot chocolate bomb is eggnog. First, we're going to make the large shells like we always do. We melt our 1.5 to 2 cups, or about 255 to 340 grams of Ghirardelli vanilla melting wafers. Use a spoon to brush them up the sides of the walls of the mold. Freeze for a few minutes and add more candy melts, making sure to focus on the sides of the shells. We then place that back in the freezer for a few more minutes to harden, and we carefully remove them from the walls of the mold. For our eggnog filling, we're adding 1 tablespoon of white chocolate hot cocoa powder to each large bomb. Next, we add 2 tablespoons of butter rum candy pieces, and then 1/8 teaspoon of ground nutmeg. I wanted to give a quick shout out to Gil Osornio for recommending this flavor and the use of the butter rum candies. Before we seal the bombs, we're adding some of the melted vanilla wafers into the top half of the hot chocolate bomb, and then we add mini marshmallows. Thank you so much to Little4569 for this awesome tip. After sealing the bombs with some melted vanilla wafers and a food brush, we're drizzling the wafers over the top and then immediately sprinkling some Christmas color nonpareil sprinkles for a cute festive touch. Enjoy this with about 2 cups or 16 ounces or 472 milliliters of hot milk. If you want to make the smaller hot chocolate bombs, simply cut the ingredient amount in half for each bomb. I was so excited with how this one turned out because of how much it actually tastes like eggnog. Make sure to give it a try this holiday season. Our next hot chocolate bomb is peppermint white chocolate. First, we're going to make the cakesicle shaped shells like I did in my Halloween and fall hot chocolate bombs video. We melt our 1.5 to 2 cups, or about 255 to 340 grams of Ghirardelli vanilla melting wafers. Use a spoon to brush them up the sides of the walls of the mold and add the popsicle sticks. Freeze for a few minutes and add more candy melts, making sure to focus on the sides of the shells and the base where the popsicle stick is. Once we place that back in the freezer for a few minutes to harden, we're ready for our filling. To each shell, we add 1.5 teaspoons of white chocolate hot cocoa powder, followed by 1 teaspoon of peppermint candy pieces. We add some of the vanilla melts to seal the bombsicles and place them in the freezer for about 5 minutes to fully set. We then carefully remove them from the mold, clean up the sides a little, drizzle them with some vanilla melts, and add either some more crushed peppermint candy or some fun winter-themed sprinkles. Enjoy this with 1 cup or 8 ounces or 236 milliliters of hot milk or even coffee. While white chocolate hot cocoa powder is not my favorite because it often tastes too sweet, I always love everything peppermint during the holidays. What about you? Before we finish these hot chocolate bombs, if you're getting value out of this video, then please make sure to hit that like button, click subscribe, and ring that bell to be notified about my latest video. Our third and final hot chocolate bomb is peanut butter chocolate. First, we're going to make the large shells using a cute Christmas tree mold I found at Joann's last year. We melt our 1 to 1.5 cups, or about 170 to 255 grams of Ghirardelli vanilla melting wafers. Use a spoon to brush them up the sides of the wells of the molds, and then freeze for a few minutes. We then melt 1.5 to 2 cups, or about 255 to 340 grams of Ghirardelli dark chocolate melting wafers in the microwave, and use a food brush to add these dark chocolate melts as our second layer on the sides and bottom of the mold. We place that back in the freezer for a few minutes and then brush a third layer of melting wafers onto the sides of the mold and place that back in the freezer to completely harden. We're adding a third layer so that the shells will be less likely to break during the demolding process because with this being a trickier mold to work with, it needs more reinforcement. Next, we very carefully remove them from the wells of the mold. For our peanut butter filling, we're adding 1 tablespoon of PB2, which is a powdered peanut butter. Next, we add 1 tablespoon of either dark or milk chocolate hot cocoa powder, and then we add either mini marshmallows or Reese's Pieces. I wanted to give a quick shout out to Deanna Banks for recommending this flavor and the use of the PB2 powdered peanut butter. To seal the bombs, we're adding some of the melted dark chocolate wafers and making them as level as possible. I tried a way of closing them that I saw on TikTok that uses parchment paper, but I really wasn't a fan of it. Once the chocolate's set, we flip the bombs over and use some food gel and either extract or alcohol to paint these hot chocolate bombs, very similar to how I painted the apples in my apple basket cake video. In this video, I decided to use banana extract, but my preferred would probably be a colorless vanilla extract. I started with green for the base and then did yellow for the star, brown for the tree trunk, and finally red for the lights. These are rather large hot chocolate bombs, so enjoy this with about 2 cups or 16 ounces or 472 milliliters of hot milk. If you want to make the smaller hot chocolate bombs, simply cut the ingredient amounts in half for each bomb. These kind of remind me of the Reese's trees that they have during this time of year, so make sure to give it a try this holiday season. I wasn't able to add them into this video, but let me know in the comments if you want to see some YouTube Shorts videos that simply feature the melting of these cocoa bombs into cups of cozy deliciousness. You can also find these hot chocolate bombs on my website, adventuresinYum.net. The link is in the description below. Make sure to come back tomorrow for day 29 because we're going to be making a fun cookie assortment. If you're interested in checking out some of the products I used in this video, please make sure to check out the video description below for their Amazon links. As I said at the beginning of this video, this is my 100th video. I am so excited to see how far my channel has come, and I cannot thank you enough for all of the amazing love and support so far. I can't wait to see where the channel goes, and I can't wait to share more with all of you. And as always, thank you so much for joining me today, foodie friends. I'll see you next time for another festive and yummy adventure.